Whap. Oh, chunda. That's a bit more exposed than normal. Hey, Jamie here from New Zealand Mountain Biking. I'm here in Rotorua and in Whakarewarewa Forest. I'm on the Velduro Rogue, which is a brand new bike. This isn't my bike yet, but I'm definitely buying one. In this video I'm going to ride some of the classic tracks that I love, and I'm going to tell you some of the reasons why I'm definitely getting one of these bikes. So as you do, starts out kind of undulating. It is a shared use track, so you've got to watch out for walkers. You've got to ride expecting there to be someone around every corner. Being on a bike, you can go pretty quick. But yeah, this is one of the more technical, more sustained climbs here in the forest, and it's like your classic link if you are staying in Linmore or live in Linmore. Yeah, very nice way to enter the forest. Now I'm on the Velduro Rogue, which is a new, brand new bike. Like I said in the intro, this is a pre-production model, so they are due to be in the country very soon, actually, next month. So pre-orders are all, I think they're sold out, to be honest. Now what makes this bike special, not only is it a Kiwi bike, but it has the avinox drive system, so e-bike. One thing I'm super impressed with, because I have ridden this a few times, is just how smart the software is. It's bloody brilliant, and there's like, really there's more power than you need, which is wicked, because you grow into it, you don't max out, but it's nothing crazy. Like, you can go 45 k's an hour on the flat relatively comfortably, but on my Marin that I had, it was the same. Like, I'd still go 45 k's on the flat before my motor would cut out, but this one just doesn't cut out. You just run out of gearing. But anyway, let's climb to the top of Tihi up as you do. Find something fun to go down. That's where we really put this little bike to the test. Now one thing that blows people's mind about this is how much power it's got. So you literally have a button right here that has a rocket ship on it, and you hold that down for a couple of seconds, and on a piece of trail, I like it when it's not super techy, you get this 1000 watt boost, which is so much power. G'day mate. Hello doggo. How's it going? And then eventually it starts beeping like something's about to blow up, and that signals that the end of your little power spree, the power trip. But for most of it, I love the auto. It's like the most intuitive setting. You can actually go into the screen. I'm going to stop and show you, but we've got the screen here. You've got your settings, so you swipe up. You can do all sorts of things in here without even having to link it to your phone. I don't know if you can see that. So you swipe up here and you've got all sorts of settings, so you can customize your assistance, but I'm pretty happy with how it is, so I'm going to leave it. But yeah, don't need to use your phone. Oh, good morning. Thank you. Just you? Yeah. Cool. Now, this is where we put this little sucker to the test. We've got the climb, all of these hickey bits. Now, I wouldn't call this dry, but it's not too wet. Got it. Still need to be able to climb Nearly made it. That's probably the best I've ever done, especially on the eve, without blowing the doors off. So, with extra momentum comes extra stability. So, there's a lot more stuff you can climb, which is quite nice. I'm running 26 PSI in the rear today and about 23.5 in the front. So not exactly a max grip setup. At the moment the bike's got EXO tires, which is a trail casing, and I find they get a bit squirmy, especially on some of the descents when you're pushing into things. So I've upped the pressure so that she performs amazing on the downs. I'm feeling pretty warmed up, so I'm going to go straight for a little K2 lap. So the climb to get up here, quite easy. Used about 8% battery, which is quite nice. It's not too much. About to ride K2. There's the sign there, which comes off the top of Te Tukarangi. We've also got a box of birds over in that direction, and over there you got Corridor, Te Tukarangi, Ganagota, which leads into a whole bunch of other trails. So I'm going to go this way so I can get up the direct hill. Nice, a little bit of K2. And I'm just going to leave it in auto pretty much for this entire ride. Oh, I love that gap. Oh, I don't like that log, it's so kicky. So this trail's got a bunch of like pretty awkward corners, which are quite fun. Lots of this drop-in kind of stuff where you've got a nice armoured root or something at the top, and then all the dirt behind fades away. Oh, this bike's so good. So this is a medium. I'm 177 centimeters tall, and I actually really like this size for me. Like, as far as e-bikes go, it's light. It's not super light, but that extra power, that extra kick does give you some extra confidence. And oh, got some ruts, and we've got a mid pivot in the rear, so it descends really well. If you don't know what that means, mid pivot means that instead of the rear wheel moving up and forwards when it hits a bump or a feature, or you're deep in your travel, it actually moves out and away from the bike, so the bike gets longer, more stability in straights, and you sacrifice some stability in your corners. But I've set my suspension up to try and like make that feel as good as possible, where I've got a little more low speed compression in the rear, so that my when I'm pushing in, it doesn't actually go all wobbly and squirmy and feel too cumbersome. And this is actually the first like higher pivot bike that I've ever used, so that gives you some idea of my experience there. But the ability to adjust was not that bad. Yeah. Now of course I do run lessons here in Rotorua. Look us up, New Zealand Mountain Biking. We do coaching, we do guiding, and part of that coaching and I guess guiding is we can give you some tips, help you get set up your bike if it's a new bike or you're just really not gelling with it. Yeah, to help you sort out anything and make sure there's nothing major going on with your bike that's upsetting your riding, or nothing with your riding that's really upsetting your bike. But anyway, shut up Jamie, that's K2. Now I'm gonna go blast up direct. Yeah, direct road, great reminder that this is a working forest. So machinery operating sometimes. Common courtesy is to wait until your machine operator can see you. Don't go bowling into someone's work site, which is also another reminder that there is a speed limit on these roads. So really you should be not going any faster than 30 k's. So if you get angry at vehicles going fast, maybe take a look at your own riding too. So we'll let this fella get out of the way, and maybe I can get past. Sweet, we good. What a boss. Thank you. Made it to the top of direct and then up indirect, and now I'm on the extension of Upper Mahana. I'm going right to the top. May as well keep taking it chill. Just up here, so this here's Mahana, but I'm going to pull off Mahana. Mahana's great though, great little flowy grade 3. In fact, yeah, maybe I'll take a little hoon on this. So, for some flow, because hey, who doesn't like a little bit of flow? We'll see what this bike is like through these, like, you know, heavier turns with the more support. Manual's alright, love it. Feels super balanced. Can still generate some speed through these sweet little whoops. Pretty nice. Oh. Okay, Mr. Rogue, you passed the flow test. So good. Another thing I actually did was speed up the high speed rebound so that I had a bit more traction, but also sped up the low speed rebound just so that I could get that power back out of the dips. Felt good. So I'm back in the same spot, just come from the opposite direction. That's the entrance to Mahana there. I'm going to cruise up to Minerals and to Tiata and to Meke. I reckon a 2 Meke laps in order. Follow the sign, so I'm going to 2 Meke. Halfway through my ride I've got 2 Meke, Divine Wind and 2 Tiata all on my fingertips. Minerals is just over in that direction. But so far, this little baby going pretty well. This one's got the Mavens. I'm probably going to put the Radit Kahas on there. In fact, I definitely will. My wheel works W1 wheel set on it. I might have to run Fox. You know, mix it up. Little air sprung shock there. I'm going to try get a 240mm dropper in that frame. It's got a nice straight seat post, so it shouldn't be an issue. And yeah, we're running transmission back here. Gonna have the Lecky chainring, jockey wheel and crank. Yeah, and I like these Race Face Atlas pedals. They are sick. Look at those pins. Damn, that is some grip. Heading into 2 Meke. Now she's been a bit of a wild spring so far, so rumour has it there's been a lot of debris down on the trail, so keeping an eye out for that. Look at it all those little green twigs. This first traverse is quite fun. If this isn't fun to you, then the next section of trail is probably not going to be a whole heap of fun either, because it just gets rowdier the further down that you go. Oh. Man, this feels so good. Now that wide line used to be the go, but I'm not convinced anymore. Things change here quite often. Woo! Gotta remember to play it smart. Off to China in 2 days. So the aim of the game there is do a nice little vlog, keep you all informed, because I don't really know many people who have ridden over in China, except for our Chinese mates. Shout out to Meke for putting me onto it. The original plan was going to be Tibet. Got all fired up after last year's trip to Pakistan. Woohoo! Lay that in. Oh, gobble, gobble, gobble. Quite a cool little, like, triple coming up. Triple step down. Oh, what's with that extra line? Rhythm, yo! Got suckered there. Oh well. Now we're in the bottom, so that's where Yeet Street comes in. So Divine One goes to Yeet Street onto Meke. So alternative entrance. Man, there's been some traffic down here. How good! Lines all over the show. Keeps it pretty interesting. Bomb holes. What? Oh yes. Whoopa. Now at the end of this traverse we've got a I guess you'd call it the crux section. It has had a little tidy up every now and then, but there's also a beeline now. I'm just going to roll in with a little bit of caution, being solo. Grip's not bad today. That's what I like that shoot for. Oh yeah, just keeps growing. She's sludgy in the middle. Oh, look how deep this rut's got. It's only been a couple of weeks since I was here too. Cool, and I'm setting up for going high, floating into my jump. Nope. Bit of water right in that landing too. Hot damn. First world problem, so fun. Woo. Wow. That was sick. There was rainbows and lollipops down there. Blowing through the travel. I wouldn't say blowing through, but definitely getting through it. But it felt pretty good. So because of the old digger I saw, as in the actual digger, not someone taking a digger, as in a crash. Because of the digger, I'm going to go across uphill road and then find something off the top of Tawa. Yeah, what a great idea. Maybe something in the native. Seems that is my favourite. But yeah, this is Bunny Jugs 2, if I didn't already say, grade 3, and it takes you to the bottom of the public shuttle. Just come out of Bunny Jugs, 2 behind me. Out of the downhill you've got Matewa, you've got Stormtrooper and corners and a toilet and some water here. Reminds me I'm going to get some water. And then I'm going to go up Hill Road, which is up here, which is where the main shuttle runs. No need for that baby today. Suppose I should plug the partners as well who helped me out with this. So we've got Velduro for starters. Yes, I am going to be an ambassador for them. This sick motion wind jacket that I just got, that like fits in my pocket, it's epic. This Colaris helmet, apparently one of the safest helmets in the market. Super lightweight, very aerated. Lucky I have my jacket to cover my ears. And these Devour glasses, which keep all sorts of crap out of my eyes. Pretty stoked. Oh, and also the GoPro that's in my hot little hand here. This is all done on the 12, Hero 12, with a max lens mod, and I'm rocking a chesty on my chest. My top tip is do your chesty up as tight as it goes. Don't matter how big you are, the tighter the better, and that'll help with rocking chunder from all those gnarly trails that you're trying to film. Yeah, it goes good, it goes real good. So I've just snuck into Time Warp, which is a grade 2 to 3 climb. Takes us up to the top of Split Ends and FranknFurter. Alright, I couldn't help myself. I am at the top of FranknFurter, and I'm just going to do a FranknFurter into a Riff Raff, and then I'll head back up, maybe do a Tihi into Temounga. Be sick. Right on. Little FranknFurter. Let's go, baby. Wappa. Pretty fast little trail, this one. Hoo-yah. Whoopah. Lots of these like scrubby little drops. Only gap jump. There's another cool little gap actually going into the trees. The big trees, these are just the little fellas. So coming on down, it's up and over these roots. What? Oh, I love this bit. Kind of loamy with this pine needles. Whoop. And I reckon straight into Riff Raff. Whoop. Now the view here. Oh, damn. Nice little spring day. Kind of southerly. Oh, there's been some work done on here too. It's always a good sign. Whee. And the grip, my God. A little bit of water damage. Oh man, this bike's fun. Eats her up. What a view. Whop. Oh, chunder. That's a bit more exposed than normal. Damn. There's been some weather down here. Some of these corners are getting a bit more hard packed too, which means it's a little less grippy. Woo. Not the smoothest right there. Heck yeah. Good do, good do, good do, good do. That's a good rut now. A little bit of wind damage. Definitely getting quite narrow. Little rut, there's some little ruts on the outside. Armouring the track. This time of year is so nice to ride because there's no weeds. The vegetation is under control. That is the funniest little gut right there. It's a super weird soil type. And then hold the speed along here, whoop! And then up and around, little endo corner. Final little trans. Oh. What do you call this? Traverse, final little traverse, and then down to Chestnut Road. That is FranknFurter Riff Raff. What? I'm going this way. How good. Beautiful. Eating up the baby heads, but About to drop into Tihi or Tawa for a full lap. One of the go-tos. Nice. From light to dark. And we stay right. Now I'm still in auto. Been auto this whole ride with this DJI boost. It's been super fun. There's the mid pivot. The suspension does work a little different in my other bikes, but not at all hard to adapt to or have fun on. Make sure I have a clean lens, went to a puddle back there. Right now it's the start of spring, we're at the beginning of September. There's still some, what do you call it, moisture around. And I've got pretty high PSI in the tyres today, got 26 in the rear, 23.5 in the front. That's just because I've got this bike that's not mine and it's running trail casing, EXO tyres. What? Love that section. Oh, it's been a big ride. Done about 25k so far. This will be my last big descent with about 15% battery left. Oh, little puddle, try and avoid that. Oh, little tree down. Should have just bunny hopped that, eh? What a chicken. I'm actually going to China in a couple of days, so no risks today. That'll be pretty cool, so keep up to date with that. Going on a riding trip there, heading into the Yunnan province, go do, oh, what is it, 2 weeks? 2-week trip, and I'm actually going to be riding one of these over there, which will be sick. First international e-bike trip on a Kiwi bike, nonetheless. So far so good, one tree down. So yeah, spring brings a lot of wind, and so it always pays to keep your eye out for that stuff. I've definitely come unstuck before. Now this is a cool section, a little off-camber route. Well, number 1, number 2, and then a high-speed traverse coming up. The lines in here are just everywhere. Gobbles them up. 170mm travel, full-on enduro bike with this DJI motor. Ah, so good. Really can't wait to get this bike into the backcountry, to be honest. Some exploring will be done. 800 watt-hour battery. So much power. Probably still just run it on eco, but I do have the rocket ship if I need it. A bit more mud. Not that I've really used it, only to show off. But yeah, Tihi or Tawa, how good. This says it's a grade 3, definitely a spicy option if you're a grade 3 rider. I would definitely call it a grade 4. A lot of routes, baby drops that you can't go around, that you definitely have to ride over. So just be wary of that. If you're, this is a bit of a research watching this video. I do have about 100 and something videos out there. So if you're doing some research, check out the channel. And if you can't be bothered, careful trail crossing there, doing your own research, check out our website because we run trips here for different abilities. All right, now we're off into Temounga, the treasure. Now this one runs off the shuttle, so it gets a little bit more use. Whoop. Starts off way traversey, and then gets high speed in the open. Got some good ruts, rooty, so it's definitely quite techy. Let's go stay left here and go outside. You'll see what I mean soon. Bunch of different corners going on down here. I love the line selection. It's like a mini downhill track. Having the bloody time of my life. It's been a couple of weeks since I've run this trail. Love it. Whoop. Then we come out of the trees again in a moment. That's where that fork joins back in, so it all comes to the same place. And then we cross Hill Road here. Whoop. And then into the open, which isn't so open now. These trees have grown heaps. Oh, launched to nothing, watch for that. What? Had this bike for the last couple of days, running a GSMBC course up in Auckland, level 1. That's training coaches. Doing that with Rory from Onward eMTB down in Queenstown, so I've just been learning the ropes really. But that's been super fun. Well, let's go high. No risks, Jamie. Going to China, he said, Jamie. Well, but that's cool to see more people wanting to get qualified as a coach and get the tools that they need. So I've been riding this bike on that last course in Auckland up at Woodhill and got the suspension pretty dialed on that first day. And I haven't had to touch a thing when I got here. But being a mid pivot, it does behave slightly different, especially to what I'm used to, my karapo. It extends rather than just goes up. So if you don't know what I mean, check out Google mid pivot or high pivot. First 4 bar. But man, it's still a lot of fun. Whoop. And like I described before, my build's going to be quite cool. It's going to be very New Zealand. I'm going to have Radix Kaha brakes, which are epic. I have them on my karapo. I'm going to have Wheelworks W1 wheels, which are also epic. Been running those on my e-bike for the last 10 months. What else? I'm going for the Lecky cranks, that sweet solid chainring. And as long as it fits, I'll also get that Suspension Tech A-Kit 29 coil. So that should be good. But a cool thing about these bikes is they do come in frame only. So you have that flexibility or freedom to either A, build them how you want, or put parts from another bike onto this bike, which is very unique and very cool. Whoop! That's us. That is the bottom of Temounga. And this section is actually called Happy Ending because the old section got logged. But if you ask me, sure does put a smile on your face. Heck yeah. Oh, I've still got 13%. I should do another hill. First, water. Right on. If you've made it this far in the video, you're probably pretty interested in where I'm riding as well as just this bike. So here in Whakareroa Forest, heaps of tracks. I've just put together a so far 29 kilometre loop, hey team, and still got a little bit more to go. this will be on my Strava, so just search Jamie nzmtb and that'll come up and you'll see where I've been. But do offer tours, so you can come to town for anywhere up to like 5 or 6 days and just keep riding this amazing trail network and stuff in the surrounding area. So definitely go to the website newzealandmountainbiking.com and check out our trips. And then if you want to explore more, been here a few times before, but some of that stuff gives you the heebie-jeebies. Coaching, there's the option there as well. Do run coaching sessions and multi-day courses, so you could tag that into your holiday or just into your everyday riding. Alright, I'm going to go back up another hill. Still got 11%. See how far it can take me. Well, I'm at the bottom of direct road and I've just dropped into 9%, under 10%. So technically this is limp mode, but I'm still cruising 18 k's with not a whole heap of effort. I'm going to go back up direct, I reckon. Drop off the other side and then just cruise back to town via Rotorua Road. Back at the top of direct road, been limping 2%, but it's been a decent ride. I'm just gonna, I guess, warm down. This is not a typical warm down, but I can't go past NGT. Bloody love it. So starts off the top of Temounga. It's pretty steep, pretty rowdy, pretty decent sized gap jump at the very bottom, and a very decent set of corners in there which are like nice and steep and run one into the next one. So it's a final little test. Let's see how the Rogue goes. I've got no question that it's going to perform, but let's see if I can handle it this late in the ride. Bloody good. So Temounga, and then if you sneak through here, yes, there's anxiety, but there's also NGT. Anxiety, it's a bit longer than this one, a bit rowdier though. So if you're happy with that drop, then there's way more chance you'll be happy with this trail. But as you can see, very traversey, quite chewed out. Now, inside, yeah dog, got it. So, first grip test. Sheet is still damp in here, for sure. Power test. I have run out of power. What a good time. Just after being at the top of the hill. And down we go. So another traverse, and then we've got the wild corners. Whoop. So key here is I'm going to control the crap out of my speed at the top, kind of like I did at that last one, because once we're in, and once the tyres start to load up with dirt, it's all over. Okay, it looks clear. Keep them rolling, keep them rolling, keep them rolling. Yes. Not over yet. And then, wow, slap. Not over yet though. Nice little angle of the root. Get a little bit of speed up, damn son. There we go. Wild corners, tick. Happy. Definitely riding the brakes a little more than I would have liked to, but not locking up so they didn't fill up with dirt. It's a sneaky little high line. Now this next section's got to step down into a fairly good berm, into a decent sized gap. Sight lines are pretty good. Yep, we're good. Whap, corner, slap, jump, beautiful. And that's it, that's all. From here I'm going to head out to the road. It's a gentle climb, so it's not really worth recording. And then I'm on my way back to the office. Heck yeah, 2% still. Don't think that's going to get me to the top of anything. And to be honest, this thing is still pedaling pretty well, even though the power's not behind me anymore. But lucky we got legs to generate the power. And another thing about this little display is it tells you how much power you're putting in. So through that ride I'd be lucky to put more than 200 watts through, and just there I hit 400. Yeah, but the power output, if you hit the rocket ship, it's ludicrous. It's like 1,000 watts. So by all means, I was just riding and yarning. I'm sure I missed heaps of stuff about this bike, so if you do have questions, make sure you put them down in the comments. I'll do my best to answer as straight up as possible, and I give more info actually in my newsletter, so you could sign up for that just on the website. I'll actually chuck a little link in the description, but that's a good way to keep up to date with all the goings on with New Zealand mountain biking. Yeah, because there is a lot going on. Yeah, and keep up to date with that trip to China. Subscribe to the channel and I'll do my best to give as much insight as possible. Could even be a China 2026 trip on the cards. What do you reckon? I'd be stoked to bring a bunch of people along, go for a rip, ride some enduro, ride some eBs, yeah, and just have a bloody good time, eat some delicious food. I'm pumped. Never been to China before. Any tips? Put them in below. Other than that, catch you later. 1% battery and I'm at the top of the hill. Oh, so fast! We rolled the tire off the rim. Woo! Yo! What? Shrub spot. Go Grommies. Yas! Here we are, back where it all began, bottom of As You Do. Sick. Uh, 1% remaining. That's pretty bloody good planning, I reckon.